Welcome back to Dark Nights. Been a rough day, but let's get into it. It's too early to sleep. Besides, I haven't been able to sleep well the past few days. Zakin slightly tilts his head, curious. I play with the edge of the blanket, but finally decide to spill my thoughts. Hey Zakin, will you continue to involve yourself with the village? I thought you didn't like to meddle with other people's business, but you've already saved me many times. Even though so many thoughts are racing through my head, I'm having difficulty expressing myself. I bow my head, avoiding his gaze. Suddenly, he stands up and walks over to me. I do not know what he's up to until he bends down. His lips gently brush against my forehead. The warmth of his touch wipes away all my thoughts. Suddenly, all I can focus on is his presence. I do not know what to think of this gesture. You're the first one to trust me and give me hope in the villagers again. I want to thank you for that. He strokes my head and steps away. I sit frozen on my bed as he returns to his spot. He must be thankful that he's managed to keep you safe, unlike the other fallen people. And since this is not the romantic ending, well, maybe they won't end up together. The tension in my shoulders suddenly feel much lighter, in just a few words, but I feel warm and comforted. Zakin has changed so much. I don't know when the turning point was, but he's become more open to me. This might be sudden, but I'm curious. Yes? Would you sacrifice yourself to save others? I have a flashback of Rasumi who asked the same question. The way Zakin asks seems to carry more weight. I don't know. It's fine, you don't have to answer right now. Just know that there are more answers besides yes and no. You're not limited to the immediate choices that are available. Sacrifices don't always have to be made. There's no right or wrong choice. In the end, it all depends on your beliefs. Did that angel push you to sacrifice yourself? What? I don't think so. I had a hunch from the way you've been acting, meeting the angel. Maybe that's just my interpretation. I see. Someone who plays with lives can't be trusted. Perhaps it sounds odd coming from me, but you should be worried of any supernatural creatures. Go to sleep, you need to rest. I pull out some extra blankets and pillows for him. He arranges it on the floor while I get comfortable on the bed. My back faces him, so it feels like we're in the temple again. I rub my forehead, unable to stop myself from remembering that kiss. My cheeks go warm once again. What are you doing? The night feels oddly comfortable. Next day. When I wake up, Zakin's sleeping while sitting up. I try to pass by carefully without waking him up. With my attention on him, I don't notice the carpet sticking up and trip. I prepare for a rough landing, but an arm wraps around my waist, stopping my fall. Zakin snorts as I scramble to my feet. Thank you. I didn't mean to wake you up. A small grin crosses his lips before he turns away, leaving the room. I'm sure he's laughing at me. After I leave the bathroom, I find Zakin sitting in the living room. I go to the kitchen and prepare breakfast. Hey Zakin, I'm gonna make toast. You want some? I appreciate the offer, but no thanks. Maybe something else? Do you have any fruit? Let me see. I've got watermelon in the fridge. I take small bites of the toast while I watch him chow down the fruit. I gaze at him in awe. What? Exactly. What? Is it good? It's decent. I've never seen you eat anything else aside from fruit. How do you stay in shape? Do some physical activities. It sounds boring being all alone in the forest. Not really. Something interesting would pass by every now and then. There was a child lost in the forest once, more than a decade ago, but... His face darkens as his voice fades at the end. You know, I got lost in the forest in elementary school once during a picnic trip. Someone found me and brought me back to the group. Unfortunately, I don't remember their face. Maybe it was you. Probably not. The lost child would have been older than you are now. What happened during your trip? Well, I got lost during hide and seek. It was silly of me to go that far into the forest. I just wanted to show off to my classmates how good I was in the game. Back then I wanted everyone to like me. That was a show off. That sounds strange to call myself popular. I had many people around me. Later on I realized there's no point in being popular. I shouldn't let others define my worth. I became the type to just linger around others instead. Zaken slows down eating his watermelon while nodding in agreement. Fair enough, fair enough. We chat for the rest of the day. Or at least the two of us are similar in more ways than I thought. It's getting late, so I excuse myself and leave the house to buy ingredients before the shop closes. I want to repay Zaken in some way, so I decide to surprise him with dinner. I'm walking back with groceries when I suddenly get a phone call. Did you like my cookies? Me, you tried to kill my ears. Aw, don't be like that. That mandrake is very rare, you know. You should be happy with it. Anyway, I have more surprises for you. Even more terrifying gifts? How rude. I'm sure you'll think it's wonderful. After all, you have two friends, don't you? Hey, remember that question I asked? Let's see. Between Akuya and Leoji, which one would you save? What have you done to them? Well, one is in the library, one is in the park. Tick tock, tick tock. Run against the clock. Don't be late, don't choose wrong, or else they'll go kaboom. Her cheerful singing causes goosebumps to rise on my skin. She cuts me off before I can say anything. Good luck. Beep. Her call stirs me up. I don't know if she's playing with me, so I immediately call my friends to confirm. Unable to receive her call, please try again. At the library, you caught me at a bad time. My phone's running out of battery. Get out, there's a bomb there. Just run. Such great timing. I dial my home phone, hoping Zaken picks up. Hurriedly, I go to the library. The place is quiet and there's only a few people around. Where's that rabbit? Rabbit Hairbow. She's not here. Okay, I finally found you. What's wrong? And what's this about bombs during the call earlier? Well, there's a bomb here now. Should we tell people to evacuate or? No, wait. It was just an assumption. I heard it from someone else not long ago. I came here to confirm. Did you see anyone suspicious when you got here? Have you seen Aoji? I haven't spoken to them today. We should hurry to him. Perhaps Rasumi was just messing around with the bomb threat. Don't we have to report this to the police? There's no time. We need to get you both to safety first. Miyoko, what did you do? It's a long story, just trust me. Don't set a foot outside unless I tell you. Got it? Hold on, what's so urgent? A terrorist has her eyes on you. I heard confused noises over the phone. Call me if anything happens, okay? We walk side by side along the road. I keep my eyes open for anyone suspicious passing by. I've interrupted Rasumi's plans, but I have no idea what she has in store for us. Even though Akuya and Leoji are safe for now, I can't let my guard down. Rasumi honestly frightens me. I have no idea how far her abilities go, but if the other night was any indication, she might be the most dangerous being in the village. Akuya snaps me out of my thoughts with excited screams. What are you doing here? Hey Miyoko, you was the one who saved me back then. I never thought we'd meet again. I totally forgot to ask you for your name. Zaken. Ah, Zaken. Is there any way I can thank you? No need. I'm gonna make dinner. Meanwhile, you two can chat. Wait, is he staying at your place? Akuya stares at me with wide eyes as she follows me into the kitchen. I feel a little flustered, but decided to tell the truth. Yeah. He saved me before too. The village is dangerous right now, so he wanted to watch over me for a while. That's why I want you to stay overnight. It will be safer with him watching over us. Akuya squeals excitedly, but tries to keep her voice low. Can I help you with the preparations? Of course. This is so fun. Too bad Leoji isn't here. Next time I'll invite him. Say, Miyoko, where does he live? As far as I know, it's somewhere in the forest. I wonder why. He hasn't spoken much about himself. Even though he's sleeping over, we aren't that close. Kinda sounds like you want to be. Miyoko, you've never invited strangers to sleep in your house. He's going so far to protect you, don't tell me you feel indifferent. Okiya nudges me while grinning. There must be a special bond between you two. Ikuya, you can cut the onions. Hey, I don't like to cry. I'm busy cooking the vegetables and I need onions right now. Sucks to be you. I hated cutting onions too. Luckily, I bought enough ingredients to make a meal for the three of us. With Ikuya's help, we finished faster than usual. My gaze is fixated on him as he eats the dishes we prepared. Even though he doesn't say anything, just seeing him enjoy the food makes me satisfied. Which temple are you affiliated with? I've seen many different Haori, but yours is a pattern I've never seen before. None. These were custom made for my father. Ah, he has good taste. I'd love to meet him and ask for his opinion. He's dead. He passed away a long time ago. I'm sorry. Why would you feel sorry when you don't know anything about me? You don't know me either, yeah. Even though we're strangers, it's still... Death is sad. I see. I didn't mean to offend you. Sorry about it. No harm done. I pat Akuya's back as she genuinely feels bad. The room goes quiet and I'm drawn into my thoughts. Zaken is sharp as usual. Even though he isn't chatty about himself, he doesn't mind sharing. Zaken snorts and clears the tension before he speaks. What about a festival in the village? Do you know something about it? Ah, yes. My parents are hosting this festival at the Night Temple in a few weeks. It originated from the people who built the Day Temple. It was to welcome and celebrate all good spirits protecting the village. Good spirits, huh? Although I heard there was one incident a long time ago. A small group attended the festival to summon a demon and kill it. Just one mistake ruined the whole meaning of the festival and its reputation. Now everyone who used to attend the festival thinks we're all demon slayers, which leaves a bad taste about us. Since then, the festival's popularity has been declining. But I hope this year we can make people remember the true reason we're celebrating. You're welcome to join. Zaken seems oddly still as he listens to Akuya. His expression is stiff, but I can guess what he's thinking. Remember something Zaken told me about his father dying in a summoning ritual. Guessing by how he's acting, could it be the same event? No wonder he's so tense. Interesting. I've never been to such a festival. I accept your invitation. Akuya beams and glances over at me. Of course I'll go too. Akuya stands up to clean the dishes, but I just her to relax. She already helped with the cooking. I'm a bit worried about Leoshi even though he's with the police. Perhaps it's for the better, at least they wouldn't turn into a 3-person buffet for Rasumi. It's too early to sleep. I thought sleepers don't end until after midnight. Let's see if Miyoke has any interesting books here. Huh? These are all for children. How old are these? I guess she hasn't bought anything new for a while. Ah, a single dark light. It's so nostalgic. I think it was about a guardian protecting the village. So cute she still has it. A few hours later she finds herself getting hungry. Akuya briefly glances at the couch but Zaken's not there. Curiously, she turns to follow its path through the open window. The scene before her is shocking. Zaken seems to be hovering in the air with glowing vines of light twisted around his body. Akuya hurries out and stands in Rasumi's vision. Rasumi, what are you doing here? Don't come closer. You see, this person is the forest demon. He's dangerous, so I'm going to take him away. You're wrong, he protected me. Put him down. Akuya does not hesitate to act. She tackles Rasumi to the floor and snatches the cane away. Right after, she rushes to Zaken's side and starts hacking at the glowing vines holding him in place. I hope this works. Why is this not working? Are you really trying to free him, even though he's harmed so many people? Actually, he hasn't if you paid attention to the story. From what I see, you're the only one causing harm here. Don't get in my way. Rasumi files a spell. Akuya flinches, raising an arm in front of her as an instinctual attempt to guard herself. For some reason, nothing happens. Alright. I suppose don't hurt humans. How troublesome. Somehow, Key managed to free one of his limbs. It's enough for him to escape, and he tugs her through the open window in order to put some distance between them and Rasumi. In their haste, the cane clatters out of Akuya's hand, flying back to Rasumi's grip as she follows them inside. Oh, since when do you protect the villagers? This is not the place for a fight. Come back for me another time. There is no next time. When did she... Rasumi's cane morphs into a saber and without missing a beat launches herself at Zeiken. With the same split second, a faintly glowing rope appears in Zeiken's hands, which he uses to narrowly twist around Rasumi's blade. Akuya realized that the rope was actually a lot of thin strings bunched together at the end. It fades in and out of existence as if by magic. He shoves the sword to the side with pure strength and quickly tries to get closer. Once he distances himself, she plucks a few feathers from her wings and throws them like razor-sharp knives. Zeiken just manages to deflect them with a shield of strings. What follows is a tense fight, with Rasumi constantly jumping to wherever her opponent is. Her sword sharply carving with her, and Zeiken tries to get behind her using bare fist and the occasional rope to neutralize her attacks. All the while, Zeiken stays close to Akuya, ready to protect her at a moment's notice. It feels like watching a feather fight with a rubber band. Akuya can only watch in awe and disbelief. How pathetic. Have you forgotten your history with this village? I haven't. Tell me the truth. You have something else up your sleeve, don't you? You're the one who's mistaken. I've known you for a while. There's no way you could have had a change of heart this fast. Rasumi draws back her saber and retracts her wings. She slowly circles around us. Zeiken keeps Akuya behind his back the whole time. Relax, I'm not interested in the girl. Humans are such fragile and boring creatures. Don't tell me after centuries of living among them you've been brainwashed to think like them. Zeiken snorts. That's rich coming from an angel. Akuya peeks behind Zeiken, staring in her eyes. Rasumi, is that really what you think of us? Of course, sweetheart. The time we shared at school, were you pretending all along? Being a transfer student was an amusing way to pass the time, but it doesn't mean I was distracted from my main goal. Personally, it's nothing to do with you. Humans are fleeting. Angels and demons are not. Can you blame me for wanting to catch up with a familiar face? Not that we've spoken much, I simply observed him. I thought angels were supposed to protect humans. It seems that demons are protecting us. Akuya glances at Zeiken hesitantly. Even though she's seen the evidence of their supernatural traits with her own eyes, she still wants confirmation. Are you really the forest demon? Zeiken pauses. Seconds feel like misses as Rasumi slowly walks around the room. She doesn't look at the two. Instead, her eyes are examining the furnishings. I wonder what this does. I never tried mixing my strength with ordinary objects before. Akuya, you better run. Take Miyoko with you to the back door. At Zeiken's commands, Akuya heads for the stairs. Akuya trips and lets out a scream. Zeiken's concentration falters at her sudden halt, so Rasumi takes the chance to attack him. She rushes past Akuya to slice her blade forward. She does not stop to think, grabbing a hold of Rasumi before the sword reaches Zeiken. Angry, Rasumi flips the sword and stabs backwards. Akuya clenches her teeth as the blade pierces through her body. The pain is ice cold and lightning hot at the same time. A second later, Zeiken grabs Rasumi by the arm and rips her away. Before he can heal her, Rasumi tosses a handful of feathers in his direction, forcing him to shield Akuya with his body. What are these noises? Before I can comprehend the situation, my attention is drawn to Akuya. At that moment, Zeiken enters the room and rushes to Akuya. Zeiken has his hands placed on the wound, putting pressure to stop the bleeding. Miyoko. What happened here? Hold on, please. Is Zeiken okay? I can barely feel my limbs at the side. I'm about to sink to my knees. I feel my hands shaking, but I grip Akuya's fingers tightly. She smiles at me weakly. Her skin is freezing. Miyoko, tell Akuya I love him. Ooh, she's dying. I'm gonna call an ambulance. When I grab the phone, I feel a hand on my shoulder. Wait, it's no use. What do you mean? She's already. Zeiken glances over at Akuya. The wound around her stomach is closed, but she's unconscious. Her face looks paler than ever. I can heal wounds, but it has its limits. She's lost too much blood. I dropped the phone at Zaken's explanation. Akuya is... Unable to accept what he said, I go over to Akuya and check her pulse. Zaken kneels down next to me. He slowly shakes his head and averts his gaze. On impulse, I crawl towards him and bury my face against his chest. Zay. How? I'm sorry. I draw back and look about him. Lower my gaze and notice fresh wounds around his arms. I stand up to go get some bandages to patch him up. Shortly after the event, I call Leoshi and tell him about Akuya. He informs the cops to get to my place as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Zaken explains to me what happened in detail. He tried to lure Rasumi away after Akuya got scabbed. I could have gotten caught in the chaos if she were still lingering around. Zaken left while the cops were examining the scene and questioning me. Haunted by guilt, I'm unable to close my eyes that night. A week has passed since the incident. Since Akuya was murdered at my house, it became a crime scene, swarming with police and yellow tape. Because I did not witness the fight, I could not give them any helpful information. However, I gave him Rasumi's description, hoping they will catch her. With the police help, she should have trouble moving around. Fortunately, Leoshi prevented them from pressuring me any further. His family offered me a room in their home and waited patiently for me to gather my belongings. Zaken returned to the temple to recuperate from his injuries. He's afraid that his presence will draw unwanted attention and danger to me. If anything happens, I can summon him using the low spirits. After Akuya's death, Leoshi and I have grown closer. When we catch ourselves often talking about her, we are easily reduced to tears. Daily, today, Leoshi and I decide to mourn together at the park. Sharing memories about Akuya makes it easier on our hearts. Remember that time Akuya found you when you were lost in the forest? She was the queen of hide and seek. Nobody'd think of the places she hid in. It was always you or her who won. You give up too easily, when she was literally next to you. If I had extra time, I'm sure I would have noticed. Speaking of old times, her brother often played with us too. I wonder how Akuya is doing now. It must be even harder for him losing his sister. Our chat continues endlessly. After all, we spent most of our childhood together and went to the same schools. Once the sun is setting, Leoshi decides to leave. I want to stay in the park for a little longer. My mind is still restless after what happened. I gaze up at the colorful sky. Just like this, I spend my time here for a while. Suddenly, my surroundings turn dark. I notice a few people heading my direction. Odd. My gut's telling me it's no good to stay longer. Oh boy. More zombies, huh? When I head toward the main entrance, the same people are still after me. Now I'm sure they want something. Please send a message to Zaken. Roger. Miyako, why do you come back? Did you forget something? I was a bit worried since it was getting late and you didn't pick up your phone. Who are these people? Wait a second. They're missing villagers from the East District. How in the... We need to get out of here. I don't think they're up to any good. We should call my dad. I grab Leoshi by his arm and head in the opposite direction. Why do they look so pale and walk so weird? They're zombies. Possessed, dead, whatever you call them. Now you mention it, they do kind of look like corpses a few weeks old. Don't look back, just keep running. Just when I think our escape route is secured, it gets blocked by another group of people. Looks like they're closing us in. We have no choice but to take another road. Somehow we get back to the park where everything started. Dang it, Leoshi, you shouldn't have gone back for me. Now the both of us are caught up in this. What are you blaming me for? It's better not be alone in such a situation. The laughter makes my skin crawl as a familiar face drops from the sky in front of us. On guard, I immediately move in front of Leoshi, even though my heart is pounding. Why are you here? Have you not had enough? You must be the one who killed Akuya. I wasn't expecting the wings, though. Leoshi tilts his head, his eyes flitting between her and the corrupted people that have already surrounded us. Are you the one who did this? Technically, no. It's the evil spirits that slowly drain their life. I can make him respond to my commands, though. I squeeze Leoshi's hand and look for an opening to escape. We start running down the street. Rasumi can't harm us with her spells. Is that why she's using these people to catch us? The road ahead of us is a dead end. We should hide in the backyard for now. Miyako? I sink to the ground, my arms around my knees. I'm so tired. When will I catch a break? Even my friends got caught up in this mess. I should have figured out earlier what was going on. I can't even protect my friends. How useless can I be? It's okay. I feel bad for dragging you into this. You shouldn't bear the burden alone. It's our village, so it should be our problem too. I have a clue about what's going on. I don't know all the pieces yet, but they are coming together. Sorry that I didn't tell you earlier, I thought. Nobody'd believe it, right? I wouldn't have if I didn't see it with my own eyes. I want to confess that I've always doubted the existence of supernatural beings. Yeah, even tried looking at some of these stories, but it's as if I'm like a repellent to them. We hear the sound of glass shattering. It seems the corrupted people broke something close by. Maybe Shane will save us. He's still alive, technically. Miyoko, they found us. How long are they going to keep chasing? Blobs of dark mass cling to them, as if the evil spirits possessing them are spilling out of the bodies. They're actually really slow. I think we can outrun them. Even if we escape, we have to find another hiding spot. Maybe the police office, or we'll be safer in the forest. It's not far from here. After exchanging a glance, we quickly navigate through the backyard, slipping past the people feebly trying to catch us, and jump over the fences into the street. Oh man, I feel like Ryoshi's gonna die too. The corrupted people continue to follow us, lagging behind. Just before we reach the forest, I catch a shadow on the ground enough mad to see a silhouette of someone soaring behind us with large wings. I then see a vague outline of what she has in her hands. Is that a bow? In the split second it takes me to recognize her weapon, Rasumi's hands move. He sees it coming before I do. He grabs me by the shoulders and twists us around, shielding me from the air flying towards us. He usually sags against me, and I desperately hold him up as he sinks to his knees. It doesn't seem to have pierced through his ribcage, but when he clutches his chest and starts coughing up blood, I wonder if it punctured something. This is not what I have planned, but this might work as well. Spirits, take him over. Why won't you? She bends towards him and looks at him from top to bottom. Interesting. The spirits won't come near you. Maybe you own an item that repels them. Well, if they can't take over you, you're not much use to me. We should have never accepted you as a friend. I'm already here, you can't change the past, can you? Miyoko, the sadness mixed with pain in my voice makes my heart ache. I can't lose another friend right here. There's a sadistic expression on her face. Her eyes are almost gleaming with delight. She brings the sharp object down into Ryoshi's back before I can reach her. Adrenaline takes over me as I push her away, putting Ryoshi into my arms. The blood drips down his hands. I'm almost frozen in shock. His voice utters my name before he closes his eyes. I want to scream, but only whispers leave my mouth. I gently place Ryoshi on the ground and face Rasumi. Without hesitation, I throw my fist at her. She transforms her bow back into a cane and blocks my attack. Are you sure you want to fight against me? I may not be able to harm you with spells, but you can't resist physical attacks. You're hardly a threat to me without your little demon bodyguard. You're just a... What do you think doesn't matter? Why do you involve innocent people in this? Can't you achieve your goals without using them? That's not how the world works, Miyoko. I don't know them, and I'm not even close to you. So why should I care? I raise my knee to her stomach. She takes the hit full on, but surprisingly doesn't budge at all. The wicked smile is locked on her face. Hit me as much as you want, but it won't bring back the dead. It's only self-satisfaction. When I clench my fist, I feel blood on them. It draws me back to reality. I can't beat her. She might have a trick up her sleeve. If I die here, Ryoshi's sacrifice would be in vain. I have to at least get out alive. I shift over to her body. The spirits are only hovering over it. It seems he won't get possessed anytime soon. I'm so sorry, Ryoshi. I managed to find a safe spot to catch my breath. I feel horrible being the only one that was able to escape. Why are you doing this to me? Taking everyone away? You won't get away with this. I'll get my revenge. I remember nothing on my walk to the temple. My vision turns blurry. Not that it matters since it's already so dark. The sadness of loss is heavy on my chest. It feels surreal to think about what happened. Okuya, Ryoshi, I'm so sorry. When I reach the temple, I'm told by the spirits that Zaken's on patrol. The spirits offer to let me stay, but I'm too restless to be cooped up. I wander aimlessly around the forest for a few hours, hoping to catch Zaken. In the end, I don't find him. Exhaustion takes over my body, and I decide to go home, taking a longer route than normal to shake off any pursuers. I walk as fast as I can, but every eerie rustle causes my heart to jump. Reaching the village does not put me at ease until I see my home up ahead. I turn on the lights. The house looks normal. There is still furniture in disarray, but the living room has been cleaned of blood and feathers, and the broken windows boarded up. I turn on the lights and drop onto the couch. My body can't hold itself up anymore. What happened? Yoko? I want to tell him, but I can't find the right words. I stare at the ceiling, but my friends' bloody faces reflect back at me. My eyes begin to tear up. Zaken draws closer and takes my hands into this. I bow down to hide my face. I feel embarrassed to face Zaken like this. His arm wraps around my back and pushes me against his body. He holds me in an embrace. The gesture makes me tear well up. I can't help but bury my face into his chest. Let out your feelings, I won't go anywhere. I cry and sob. It slowly calms me down. What's a psalm? I pull away when my tears stop flowing. My face is a total mess right now. Thank you, Zaken. If I could, I'd tell you everything, but my mind needs to rest a little bit. I understand. Zaken takes his Hiri off and uses a blanket for me. My dreams are full of nightmares and I cry throughout the night. Eventually, I dream no more. The next morning, I hear the sound of deep breaths. I slowly open my eyes and realize I'm not sleeping in the same spot I remember. What happened last night? As I slowly rub my elbows, my elbow hits something warm. Looking down, I see Zaken glancing at me with half-lidded eyes. I realize that I rolled off the couch and fell on him, who's sleeping on the floor. You're finally awake? I wanted to carry you to your room, but you were clinging to the couch. I had no choice but to leave you be. Who knew you were so wild in your sleep? My cheeks turned red after hearing his words. I didn't know that of myself. Well, excuse me. Zaken? You shouldn't get up so fast yet. Rest a bit longer. I stopped moving as he suggested. While I rest my head on his chest, I hear his heartbeat. The pace is calm and slow, which is the opposite of my rapid beating one. Unlike last night, my mind has calmed down a bit. I'm composed enough to talk. I'm sorry I wasn't around to greet you. I came home late yesterday because Ryoshi and I... Rasumi threatened us and chased us into the forest, but in the end I couldn't. Bite my lips and take a deep breath. Even just flashed in my head and my chest starts to ache again. She killed Ryoshi. They only survived because I ran. Ryoshi has actually nothing to do with this, yet he... Zaken listens patiently as I take my time to talk. How could an angel cause this much tragedy? As if things weren't already a mess before she moved to the village. Now she just waltzes in and is taking lives like it's a game. If that's what she told you, it's a lie. I detected her presence long ago in this village. She was not doing any harm, so no reason to pursue her. Who knew she was this insane? I wonder why she came after me of all people. She could be thinking of using you in some way, don't think too much about it. She might be after your blessed soul. Those individuals can use their power in many ways. If you train and use it correctly, you can become an exorcist. Oh really? That means I can help you out. No, I'm not planning to use you. Besides, there are side effects. So there's still hope we can defeat her. We? Did you actually listen to what I said? Why did you not tell me about this? I could have trained to get better over my powers and... He presses his finger on my lips before I continue. Having a destiny doesn't mean you're bound to that fate. It's better for you to stay out of this dark world. As for the side effects, you might lose your humanity if you overuse your powers. That's my decision to make. I became involved the moment I was born. Even a little training, it might be enough to save. There was no reason for me to tell. I turn away to speak from him. He has an infinite amount of patience, but I am determined not to speak until he speaks first. In the end, Zaken gives in and explains himself. Even so, I have a feeling he has more secrets hidden away. Miyoko, this village is very important to you, right? You're right about me judging too quickly. The past few weeks I spent in the village changed my views on the people. When he opens his eyes the next moment, I sense something different. His expression is even more grim than usual, maybe even angry. The day passes by while I stay at home with him by my side. Nothing unusual happened. I'm processing what happened so far. I feel my grudge towards Usumi growing. While I browsed through a newspaper, I noticed some advertisements. I skimmed through the names: Emmy, Nair, Ansley Fair, even Saga from the ice cream shop. These people are reported missing. If their relatives learn they're already dead, they'll be surprised. I drop onto my desk and rest my head in my arms. Once I chose to investigate Zeikun, I've been misled. I went after so many people who were not the culprit. Were there any hints? Since Usumi can control the corrupted people, could she be the mastermind? Facing his father was difficult for me, but I have to tell him the truth. I'm not sure if he believed me, but he still listened. I wanted the police to spread their word about Rusumi, but they refused in order to prevent mass panic in the village. As I'm drowning in thoughts, I fall asleep. I hear the sound of a ticking clock. When I open my eyes, it's dusk. I look for Zeikun, but it seems he's gone out. I've seen him going out often around dusk at night. I hope he doesn't work too hard. Judging from their clothes, they're a priest. I think they're hunting evil spirits. I hope Zeikun doesn't bump into these guys. Our master is in trouble. Please come to help. You're the only one we can rely on. Lead the way. What could have happened to Zeikun? Did we lose track of him? I thought for sure he was at this spot. He might not be far. If he'd been here, there might be a clear nearby. I hear not a sound coming from behind. When I turn to look, it disappears. Loud noises sound through this arena. It might be stupid, but my gut tells me what I'm looking for. I do my best to catch up, but they're moving fast. When I look down, I notice the trail has more blood spatters and large white feathers scattering about. In the middle of this chaos stands Zeikun in his demonic form. Despite the mess of his clothes, which have been ripped and stained crimson, he looks like a valiant warrior returning from the battlefield. It seems I arrived right after the event is over. I heard you were in trouble. What happened here? When did you? They disappear into thin air as soon as they notice their master's expression. Out of all possibilities, they went to you. You don't have to worry anymore. You're all covered in blood and you're telling me not to worry? Yeah, the battle's over. I took care of what trouble knew. Those feathers, are they from her? You shouldn't have stained your hands for me. I didn't want your hands stained with blood. She was after me anyway. We will face each other sooner or later. If I had decided earlier, I might have saved more people. I feel my eyes tearing up as I bow my head flustered. Yeah, hopefully that's not gonna happen anymore. I knew this might alert the heavens realm, but I've had enough of staying idle. If killing an angel is what it takes to save the village, then I don't regret anything. This sacrifice is worth whatever's coming for me. His gaze has become more gentle. I wonder when he started to change. I've been so focused on the village recently that I didn't even know what he went through. Thank you for taking care of me, Zeikun. My eyes are drawn to his bloodstained clothes. You're badly hurt. It's not the first time, isn't it? I'll manage. The peace doesn't last long as I notice a crowd with lights heading in this direction. I sense demonic energy near the old temple. Let's do this. This will be the first and last time he'll be seen. In an instant, Zeikun lifts me up and carries me to the temple. Stay here and don't move an inch. I'm going to deal with them. Please don't leave me again. Zeikun turns back to me and kneels down. He stares into my eyes and places his hand on mine. This is something only I can do. I'll come back to you like I always do. He's gonna die, isn't he? Luckily they seem not too far away because I can catch the conversation. You can't hide your presence anymore. We gathered the best priests and everyone available from the village. That's right, I'm the demon. What are you gonna do about me? Thinking about killing me? For mere humans, that's an impossible task. Don't get too full of yourself. We've developed our techniques. There's no way to escape. I cannot read exactly what he's up to, but I can't imagine he'll actually fight these people. Due to my interruption, they stopped their ritual and looked confusedly after me. You can't do this. He's never harmed anyone. Why would you lock away an innocent person? No matter how you look, he is the forest demon. He didn't deny it either. Stay out of this, girl. You don't know what you're doing. Maybe she's being controlled by him. Take him down immediately before my victims fall. I wonder when you'll actually listen to me. I don't want you to end this way. As soon as the spells reach us, I feel my insides burning. Time seems to slow down as their spells shatter before they could hit me. While I'm still dazed at weapons, Zaken scoops me up in his arms and runs into the forest. The priests are surprised at this turn of events but immediately start running after us. Use stronger spells. Don't let them escape. Chase after them and don't lose your focus. They're using demonic spells. Perhaps they have resorted to fighting a demon using one. Don't use more of your power so it'll cause a strain in your body. Take more control of your emotions. How else can I protect you? I know, why don't we run back to my house and maybe you can live there. You know I can't stay too long away from the forest. The place I was born in will be my grave. I promised my grandmother. No, I can't accept this. Why are you fussing so much over me? If the priests exorcise me, the folks will finally be at ease. Now you get it, I don't want to lose you. You remain speechless but seems to accept my words. I never knew that I was of importance to someone. I didn't expect you to be this oblivious. A faint smile crosses his lips as he glances at me. You are important to me too. You changed me. I now understand the value of acceptance. Suddenly, the collar around his neck starts to crack and shatter. I noticed the fear surround us fade away until none of them left. I'm surprised at what happened. What's going to happen now? I don't know. Maybe my life isn't linked with the spirits in the forest anymore. It isn't a bad sign, right? I don't have time to think about it. Don't let them escape. I can't remain in this place anymore even if I wanted to. Not that now that they've learned about my presence, they'll hunt until I die before their eyes. I understand. He stops by a large bush and puts me down. There's a strange sinking feeling in my chest and it aches. I can tell this is the end. This is our last goodbye. Zaken is the first to step away. I want you to be safe, but I can't watch over you any longer. Trust me, I'll survive this. He looks into my eyes for a moment before going off. As they start the chant, Zaken begins to draw a large circle using blood on the ground. It opens a dark hole in the air. The mass looks so strange as if a piece of sky is floating there. For a second, Zaken looks in my direction. Our eyes meet for a second before he turns back. He jumps into the mass and vanishes. Make sure to seal this entrance so we'll never be able to come back. Small lights appear on the hole closing it. One of the priests finds me hiding in the bushes. Surprisingly, they were friendly to me. Oh, thank heavens. Did he finally lose his control of me? You still human? Eventually, the priests disperse and all I hear in the forest is silence. The hunt's finally over. When I'm about to return to the village, I catch a glimpse of the marshmallow spirits. Thank you for releasing the demon from his chains. It took several months for the priest to wipe out all the evil spirits from the village. The corrupted people, too, were eventually discovered and purified by the priests. The process is still ongoing and not everyone has been accounted for yet. After the night Rasumi was taken care of, the kidnappings and unexplainable deaths came to a halt. The village calmed down, since it occurred on the same night as the demon was officially declared to be gone for good by the priest. This event is recorded in history as the Dark Legends. It's written that countless people were cursed, others killed by the forest demon. In the end, he was banished from this village and people can finally live in peace. Since that dark night, I have not heard from Zaken. I keep paying a visit to the temple to pay my thanks. Without his help, this whole village might have been turned into the Walking Dead. What lies before me is the graves of two people I know for a long time. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything at that time. Everything's over. The culprit is dead. Takuya Ryoji, may you rest in peace. Normal end 2. Achievement, they're all gone. And with that, we'll end today off. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget the like button, comment, subscribe. We'll start off doing Jonaru's route think that's how you say that. And I'll see you in the next one. As always, goodbye.